All right, welcome warriors to day 20 of the Daily Warrior Ritual Challenge. All right, I hope you guys are doing well with this challenge and just working on yourself and working on the things that you feel that needs to be done in your life. So today we'll be continuing to implement making any necessary adjustments. So weeks ago or days ago, however you're listening to this, I would recommend you listen to this in order, but um I think on day 4, maybe day 5, or it was in the earlier days of this challenge, I talked about the 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 tortoise and the hare, and how you could utilize or think of yourself as the tortoise instead of the hare, and realize that being consistent and slow consistency is what's going to help you win whatever, or be able to accomplish whatever it is that you're working towards. So instead of using the tortoise and the hare, I want you to also, for those that don't really resonate with tortoise and the hare because they're animals and stuff, that's fine, but you could also utilize or think of the tortoise as being the marathon, like someone that's in a marathon. So someone that's going to pace themselves, someone that's going to slow down when needed, but keep a steady pace of being slow, but also speed up when needed, but keep a steady pace of that as well. Not and think of the hare as someone that's sprinting, someone that's going to run very fast. Yeah, they might get to the check mark. They may not, because they always, well, based off of the fable, the hare is someone that was not consistent with staying on track. But so in a sense, you could think of the sprint as the hare. Not to say that hair qualities or being the hair in this aspect is not something that you would preferably use in this instance, but understand that sometimes we do need to use the marathon at certain times in our lives, and then also the hair as well. There's certain aspects and moments in our life that we should utilize that as well. But well, instance, I won't say aspects because that makes no sense, but instances where we need to use the hair. But for this, we need to learn how to utilize marathons and understanding that it's all about the consistency and the pacing ourselves. So again, think of it as the hare being the marathon, the hare being the sprint, and the tortoise being the marathon. And the tortoise is all about consistency and pacing itself. The tortoise is about consistency and pacing himself, and the hare is all about the short bursts and being able to get to it as fast as possible and get into where it needs to go, but not may not be consistent and not someone that's in it for the long run. So it's more of a a short term um, run compared to the marathon. Marathon is the long term. So um, So it's all about just staying focused and be consistent in your daily routine, just like a marathon. There will be obstacles and challenges, but if it comes up, you have to decide if you want it to let if you want it to let um, them hold you back, or find a way to overcome them. You know, there's always a way around things or through things. It's just sometimes we have to get out of our own way, out of our own head. And sometimes those choices may not be the most ideal, and they may be the choice that never in a million years you thought you would ever have to choose or decide. But sometimes we have to make those decisions, whatever that may mean or look like in our lives. We're faced with hard decisions, and I think those are the times where character is built, is when we have to come up. We're dealing with something that's outside of ourselves, that sometimes we have to deal with, that you never, like, for instance, I would say, like, let's say for instance, you have to deal with certain, like, let's say you're losing a family member due to illness or something, and you never thought that this would be something you had to go through, but this is a part of life, and you have so many other things that you have to do, but it's like you cannot not be there. So it's like sometimes I get the pull. Sometimes, certain things pull us, but it's all about balance. There's nothing wrong with being there for family, friends, but just balance yourself and pace yourself out and check in with yourself, and even find little small pockets of windows when you can work on the things that you feel like you need to, no matter what's going on in your world, to help stabilize and center yourself. And I got this whole marathon sprint thing from listening to and watching small clips of Nipsey Hussle, and his philosophy was about the marathon continuing. So this is more, as a reminder to just stay focused and consistent. Pace yourself. Today, you may be at 100%. Tomorrow, you may be at 40%. The next day, you might be at 60%. The following day, you might be at 10%. You know, just pace yourself. There's really not a rush to complete. Well, I'm assuming there's not any real rush to complete certain things, other than, yeah, you want to hit those benchmarks, but if you don't, then what? So it's just all about consistency and realizing it's okay if you don't get to certain things that you thought you would have. Sometimes things just don't work out the way we thought it would, and sometimes they work out so perfectly you get things done at a faster rate than you ever thought. So again, it's all about consistency, checking in on yourself, and not burning yourself out too much. Not everybody could just keep going, going, going. And even people that think that they could keep going, the likelihood of them being able to continue for long periods of time is very, it's not practical, and it's short lived. So keep that in mind. Um, and I hope this helps. So basically, it's all about the marathon continues, just like Nipsey Hussle's philosophy. Um, and I will speak to you all on day 21. And again, I hope this was helpful. Leave some comments. Let me know uh, if this was helpful, or if any of these videos are helpful. Feedback is definitely wanted. So, again, this was day 20 of the Daily Warrior Ritual Challenge. Pace yourself. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And I will see you all on day 21 of the Daily Warrior Ritual Challenge.